This video took a long time to arrive. If you saw the original unboxing, you'll know this one was teased quite a while ago. And in the time between then and now, a lot has happened. I've been working fastidiously on giving the Vortex the attention it deserved, so what you're seeing here is me peering beyond the fourth wall and letting you in on where I am actually while I'm writing this and putting my thoughts down. During that interview, Nathan said something that stuck with me. You can't rush art, so consider this one not rushed. And Nathan, I promise that this time I'll get the spelling right in the description. You'd think after hours of editing and a full interview I'd have that locked in. However, my brain does this strange thing where it struggles to differentiate between certain letters unless the pathway is already built. And that's actually the interesting part, because once something becomes automatic, once repetition builds pathways, the brain can handle complexity without conscious effort. That's exactly what this piece has taught me. I've been practicing. Properly practicing, not just playing but learning techniques, watching how people who really understand free-floating sliders move, learning what things are actually called, laddering, rotational patterns, that almost around the world skill-based trick. I keep pushing it, so much so that my hand cramped at one point. I had to stop entirely, put down sliders for a while and just rest. In a strange way, that gave me more time with the Vortex and more space to think about what the square block is. There's something beautiful about the relationship between these two objects. On one hand, you have the Vortex, silent, deeply haptic, CNC machined, masterfully engineered, and on the other, the GAO Square Block, simpler in form, affordable, minimal, but absolutely not simple in behavior. This thing is highly rated for a reason, even though it's a budget piece. It's magnificent. It's also become an everyday companion for me. However, it was not an easy start by any means. This was not love at first bite, because this one does bite. By that I mean, it pinches regularly in the beginning, and those pinches hurt. I had one of the young people in my life catch their hand. I had to step in to physically unclasp it. It was painful, properly painful, and it got me too. I remember being surprised by the mark that it left. The magnets are strong, and there are a lot of them. Right after the unboxing, literally the moment I stopped recording, I dropped the top plate. The magnets exploded across the floor, and I spent hours looking for them. I found the last one the following day. It was a horrible start to what I was hoping would be a beautiful relationship. However, in hindsight, that moment says everything about this object, because through persistence, repetition, and actually learning how it works, the frustration turns into understanding, the awkwardness turns into control, and the pain turns into respect. You start to unlearn bad habits built on other sliders and listen to what this one wants. And slowly, very slowly, the complex becomes automatic. Muscle memory kicks in. The hands know where they need to go before the brain tells them, and suddenly you're in a flow state. You're doing something dexterous and demanding while your mind is free to wonder, regulate, think, create. It feels like a quiet kind of mind hack. I can't prove it scientifically, but I'd be surprised if this kind of focused tactile repetition doesn't strengthen neural pathways while also relieving excess energy. Losing the magnets also forced me to try different variations of magnetic setup. And this one is modifiable, which is really fun. I really enjoy the fact that you can take the top plates off, rearrange the magnets, see how that feels, put it back together again. Trial and error, I suppose. If there was an updated version of this, I would hope that they could possibly find a way to make sure that the magnets are a little bit more secure and the top plates don't come off if accidentally dropped, because this has dropped a few times and the magnets have gone missing a few times. It's been stubborn, but a really, really good teacher. And even though it had all of those seemingly difficult things to deal with, I really, really love this one. And when I say really love it, I mean, I think it's my favorite free-floating slider. So this one comes highly, highly recommended by me. And this feels like another moment to peer beyond the fourth wall. I'm editing this now, watching the numbers dip, feeling that familiar urge to rush, to optimize, to react, to finish just for the sake of finishing. However, I'm choosing not to. I'm deliberately taking the time to take time, because if this entire video is about persistence, practice, and trusting the long arc of learning, then I kind of have to live that too. Not rushed, intentionally not rushed. Before I go any further, I want to say thank you. This piece wasn't sponsored by a brand, it was gifted by someone from the community. Matt Sinopoli, a supporter of the channel who wanted me to persist, to deepen my understanding, and to elevate my inquiry into free-floating sliders. So Matt, I honestly cannot thank you enough. I hope this video repays that generosity with care, honesty, and time. This one is for you, and for everyone who's come along for the journey. If you want to stay in the conversation, then stay with us. There's a lot more coming, and I'm genuinely excited about it. So until next time, stay curious, stay genuine, and as always, stay spectrumy.